Welcome to Cardano Sense, Cardano Sense Catalyst Edition slash DC Fund. It's named both of those things. This is the experiment, the second live stream experiment. So hopefully it's working. I looked at the live stream yesterday and there was about 2 minutes of just nothing until I came on. So today I'm just going to jump right in and start talking once it says the stream is working. So that's what I'm doing. Luckily the sound was okay yesterday, so that's also a good thing. So let's get on with the show. As you know, we go over 3 projects per show in the Cardano ecosystem, projects that are looking to be funded, currently in Fund 4. This show is sponsored by my stake pool, the Sophie stake pool. We're doing pretty good, 100% lifetime luck, 94 blocks. We're getting close to 1 million delegated. If you'd like to support the show, the best way to do that would be to please delegate to my stake pool. Okay, let's get to today's projects. We are still in Fund 4, so we're going to be looking at dApps and integrations again today. So let's dive right into that with the first project here called Demos, DAO. Boy, I can't speak today. DAO. DAO. Wow. Okay, so let's start by reading the problem. Current political parties and politicians are having trouble with serving their voters and keeping their integrity. Their solution: a DAO, wow, decision-making political system based on Cardano to provide transparency, security, and anonymity of voting, designed to run on elections. So essentially what they're doing is they're making a decentralized autonomous organization for the purpose of voting. Now, this is a really good idea. This would work great on blockchain. This would make everyone accountable for their votes. So I think this is just a great use for blockchain. Let's look at the proposal first, right? So the idea is great. Let's look at the proposal. Relevant experience, team of an experienced product owner, CEO of an IT company which has a developed dashboard, 5 developers for integration, and volunteers. So they're already working on this. In fact, I remember seeing this proposal, I think in a different fund, I believe Fund 3. I liked it then, but it was a little short on details when I first saw it. This is much better on the details, but it's still not, there's 2 main things it's still not doing here, right? Number one, there's no link to their experience, to what they've done, the fact that, that to show that developers can actually do what they say they're going to do. There's no link to that. So that's a big issue with me. There is also, they don't explain how they're going to use the money. They say what the money is going to be for generally, but they don't actually get into the kind of the nitty gritty of it. Like, how it's going to be kind of divided and used. So that also is kind of a red flag. And they're, looking for $50,000. It just seems like they just kind of, unless they show us exactly what it's for, it's like they kind of pick that out of there. And I understand that the person who's running this has experience or is an experienced product owner and a CEO, but still, if you're asking for money, you got to kind of explain what you're using it for. The other thing, the good things about this, right? The idea is great. They have a time frame, a laid out kind of map here, so that's good of what they're going to be doing. Conclusion, let's read the paragraph here. This system is aimed at reevaluating current political modus operandi and to offer a new way of operating simply by running on elections as a new party without individual ideas or promises other than believing in the democratic process and community-based decisions. So look, this is a good idea, but they just need to have more information in this proposal, more kind of drill down a little bit more on exactly how things are spent. But I do like the proposal. I invite people, please come take a look at it and see what you think. Okay, let's move on to the next proposal here. Okay, the next proposal is called decentralized event risk contracts. This isn't about insurance. This is a unique idea. I do like this idea. Problem statement. Insurance is one of the oldest financial products. Hedging against risk is fundamental to life and business, yet it's overly complicated. Insurance is pretty complicated. Make an insurance marketplace where insurers and policyholders enter into contracts initially based on on-chain data with oracles. Okay, so this is really interesting. So I'm going to read through this a little bit. At its core, insurance isn't much different than a prediction market, right? You're just kind of basically you're taking a chance. Insurances are taking a chance that something is not going to happen or is going to happen based on that. Your policy has a certain expense, right? My idea is to create an insurance marketplace where anyone can seek to hedge their risk or to take on risk and potential yield via premiums while eliminating verification for the process. Think of how much time and money is wasted by insurance companies verifying claims, right? In other words, if your car gets hit, they got to come look at it, verify the claim. If you get damaged in a hailstorm, they got to go on your roof and look and decide how much it's going to cost to fix, all that kind of stuff. That's what they're talking about when they're talking about verifying claims. Under this is his idea. Under this alternative business model, insurers don't have this expense as they're not insuring against outcomes, but inputs. So in other words, they're not insuring. So you're going to take insurance and basically you're going to say, look, if their example here, if this Category 5 hurricane happens and comes through my area, then that's what you're paying the insurance out on, right? So this hurricane comes in. And because the hurricane came in, you're getting X amount of money. There's no looking to see how much damage was done. There's no looking to see, essentially how much damage is done or if there even was damage. Now, this is good and bad. Let's say if this hurricane came through, right, and it kind of missed your house, didn't do a lot of damage, but your policy was for like $100,000, and you only have maybe $10,000 worth of damage. Well, this is great for you, right, because you're getting that $100,000. But let's say the hurricane comes through and it directly hits your house, demolishes the whole thing. It's going to cost $250,000 to rebuild your house. Well, you're only getting $100,000 because that's what the policy is written for. So that's kind of what they're talking about to kind of price insurance that way. And the first thing I thought of was, wow, there's a lot of laws governing this kind of stuff. But he or she addresses that in here by saying that probably that will have to be looked at. But I think this is a really cool idea. If you watch the video, he goes over it some more. But again, in this idea, well, he doesn't say he's a developer. He said, he wants this money to hire developers. But again, he wants $50,000, and he's not saying what the money's for, where it's going. So that has to be fixed. You have to kind of have an idea of where this money is going. Make some phone calls. Talk to some developers. Find out how much it's going to cost to get this done, to get a prototype. It's great. Like I said, it's a good idea, but the proposal is lacking. So, but I do think everybody, or if you're interested, you should come take a look at this proposal. It's a nice read, at the very least, because it's an interesting new idea. Okay, so now let's go on to the next proposal. This is my new, what am I calling this now? I'm calling this the unfortunate proposals. The unfortunate proposal. So one proposal I do a day, I call it the unfortunate proposal because it could be a good idea, but it's just not done very well. So let's take a look at this unfortunate proposal of the day. Mental health Dapp on the go. Problem statement. A mental health assistant app that stays with you on the go. So the solution to the problem. Mental health is one of the most overlooked aspects of most of our lives that we forget to check up on ourselves, our mental well-being, right? So basically this proposal is saying that we should have an easier way to check up on our mental health. This idea is an application. Aware is an app in its developmental stage. It aims to be a mental companion to individuals going through some form of mental illness or difficulties. The app, it will connect you directly with people that can help you, and have other other things that will help you if you have mental health issues. I think he's from Nigeria. He talks about how this is a big deal in Nigeria, but it's kind of overlooked because of the stigmatism that comes with mental health, which was like that in the United States for a while too. It's much better now. But there's a couple issues with this. Number one, it's just an idea. And number two, why do you need blockchain for this? That's not made, or he doesn't talk about that in here. And let's see how much money they want. $25,000. Yeah, so he doesn't explain, he or she explain why they want $25,000. So again, this proposal, I'm calling the unfortunate proposal of the day. Yeah, you got to expand on this, and you really have to explain why you need this to be on the blockchain. I mean, off the top of my head, maybe for identity issues, so you don't have to identify who you are. You can be private about it, but that's not mentioned in here at all. That's just me coming up with an idea for him. Yeah, so the unfortunate proposal of the day. Please, if you're listening to this video, this is a good idea. Just kind of expand on the proposal. All right, let's move on into community chatter. There's not much going on. We're still waiting for voting to get registered. VCAs, Veteran Community Advisors, are looking over the other community advisors and looking over what proposals, where proposers think maybe they didn't get a ranking they should have gotten. So that's still going on this week. It's been a heck of a week just in the market in general. Don't really talk about price on this channel. I'm not going to start, but yeah, you know what I mean if you're watching this video during the week that this is going on. But things are getting back to normal, so that's good. Other than that, it's going to be interesting to see this whole kind of downturn in the market. Maybe think about what's going to happen when we go into the bear market, right? Is this whole Catalyst program going to be as popular when the whole industry is kind of in a bear market? My first thought is yes, I think it will be, because the way Catalyst gives out money and funding is based on dollars, not ADA. So essentially we'll be probably giving out the same amount of funding unless things get really bad. Then maybe that'll get kind of compacted a little bit. And in a bear market, that's usually a good time to build stuff because there's not so many people around, so less competition. But anyway, that's my thoughts on what's going to happen in the bear market. Hopefully things keep up. All right, so hopefully this recorded fine and is being sent out onto the internet and the interwebs, and it's working. I see there's nobody in chat, which I expect because I just started doing this. I'm going to try to do this at 10, like I said. Today I started a little after 11, which is a little better than yesterday, so hopefully we'll move it down until I get to 10, and we'll just start doing this every day, and hopefully then I'll have some people that will chat back and forth with me, and we can talk a little bit more about these proposals instead of me just yapping on about them. Okay, I'm going to, I guess, say goodbye. See if I can get this to work. All right, goodbye everybody. Have a great day.